Hari Om, Namaste. Welcome to you all. This class is RbhuvaniVilasah. In this class we are going to study Samskrtam beginner level with a new perspective, new from my side. Okay, so this is the first class that we are going to do. Let us begin with Prarthana. Without any background, we are going to learn. यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तमह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये संस्कृते ह्यनुरक्ताश्च शिक्षणाय प्रवर्तिताः त्रिभुवाणी विलासे वः स्वागतं च पुनः पुनः संस्कृतेन हि संस्कारः संस्कृतिश्च विवर्धते कटिबद्धा भवे मात्र रक्षणाय च संस्कृतेः वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. First of all, this is an introduction lesson. We shall try to learn something, but I wanted to give you a general background about Samskritam. Okay, so that will really help us to probe deeper into the contents, the real language. We will deal with them in a systematic manner, but first let us try to learn some facts about Samskrta. Okay, so we will do some language introduction and we will try to know about the class rules. First of all, what is a language? Bhasha namaka. What is a language? Language is that which we speak with our mouth. Okay, something with which we speak. So we make some sounds. Is that sounds language? No, there are special sounds. So a dog can communicate, a cat can communicate, but humans communicate with some special sounds. They are not kind of just bhav bhav or meow meow or something else, cow cow, something not like that. Some distinct sounds, more distinct sounds. So that is what Sanskrit says, bhasha or vada vyaktayam vachi. So that is the definition which Sanskrit gives to the word vada, to bhasha. Bhasha is vyaktayam vachi. So that which has distinct sounds. Okay. Then the distinct sounds have a meaning. We don't speak meaninglessly. Hey, oh, ha. So these sounds also have some meaning. We don't say them just like that. We say them for a purpose. Okay. So those sounds compose the words which have some meanings. Okay. And by listening, we associate certain sound with a meaning. So we understand it. When we listen, we understand it. And these become words. The words become sentences. The sentences become paragraphs. Okay. So when we read in a print, we see some paragraphs. Okay. And when we speak, there is no kind of arrangement of paragraphs, but what we speak is divided into sentences. When I stop, there is a distinct sound I make. The pitch difference is there, by which you understand that I have finished a sentence by the completion of a sense. That's a different issue. Okay. So it will be composite of some sentences and it is a series of words. Okay. This is the general language feature. But when it comes to Sanskrit, one word is one sentence. Can you imagine? One word is one sentence. How come? It is because we have such an arrangement in Sanskritam where the suffix is not different from the main base of the word. So this feature we will learn later in greater detail. Okay, so to say I go, in English it is 2 words, but in Sanskrit it is 1 word. So the simplest sentence will comprise of I go, 2 words, 1 verb, 1 subject. Okay, subject, predicate. Okay, so the action, the agent, I, and goes, I go, he goes. Okay, something like that will become a shortest sentence possible. Okay, but in Samskritam it is only 1 word. Okay, so it's like gachami, I go, gachami. So that is just 1 word which makes the complete sentence. So we are going to start with verbs. Then these words are uh, connected with each other. When we speak the words in a sentence, there is an internal relation between these words. Okay, they are like I say, I bat, I ball. So if it's a verb, it's understandable. Let me use I table, I table. So what is I and table? Table is a different word, I is a different word. So there is no connection which we can make out. So there in a sentence there must be connection between the words, like I table book. If I say I table book, there is no connection. Okay, so this is how it is. Then these sentences are always inside the context. If I can, I say I teach Sanskrit. Okay, I teach Sanskrit is a sentence. Then immediately I say, it's very hot. I teach Sanskrit, it's very hot. The tea is bad. Okay, the boy falls down. Whatever I say, it's not connected at all. So there should be a connection between those sentences. Then the language is also specified by the speaker. Different people speak different languages. We can make out, I mean, even when we speak English, it is like different words that we use. Each person uses different words to convey the same sense. What each, I want to say something, I use different set of words. The same sense should be conveyed by the other person. He uses different set of words. So it differs from people to people. It also differs from, like, doctors use some terminology, lawyers use some terminology, police uses some terminology. So all these people and people coming from different areas, they say, hey, by listening to the speech, we say, hey, are you from South India? Are you from North India? So are you from this place in the US? Are you from this place in the Africa? Even when we don't see the person, we hear and we make out his language. Okay, then it is also related to our work. In the works we have different words. So all this put together is language. And language is also depending upon the listener. Listener has a background. If I say something from my culture, a person from a different country might understand it differently, though I don't mean it. Okay, so we need a cultural background to understand each other. Okay, I read one interesting thing. So in a country, I don't remember, long back I read. So they wrote that if you gift a book in that country, like something to read, book gifting is normal practice in other places. But in that place, if you gift a book, they feel very bad. Why? Because the person is trying to say that you are ignorant, learn something. So the message is going negatively. So this is how people understand each other's activities. In the same way, the words, they understand from their own background. What are the uses of language? Let us try to see them. I'll try to go very quickly because it is all just a general background about usual things about language. The language is because there is a connection I want to bring out from these things, from a general language to Sanskrit language. So that's what I am trying to derive. What is the point I am trying to derive is this. First of all, language is for communication. Okay, it's a big lie. I'll come back to that later. It's a big lie that language is just for communication. No, the first basic thing for language is communication. It is personal. personal communication, like we speak with our friends, colleagues, neighbors. Then samajikaha, then we go out, then we speak to the society, we speak to the other people coming from other places. Then it is also related to the office, the place, the work, and what all we do. We have phone calls, we have different kinds of communication. Then there is an exchange of feelings also. Like there is not just I'm thirsty, I need some water. I communicated my thirst. I'm feeling happy. I'm not feeling happy. So these are the bhavas or emotions that we want to convey. Then we also tell stories. You know, the other day what happened, you know, I went there, this. So this also is a usage of language. The children are very fond of stories. Then we also want to tell certain things. So what happened is, you go to the office, you do this, you pay this, you write this, then he will give you a slip. So this is Vishaya Jnapanam. So we try to inform a person about certain activity that he or she has to do. Okay. Then the next usage for which Sanskrit comes into the picture is Samskriti Rakshanam. Samskriti is culture, or it's bigger than culture. And Rakshanam is protecting. So for protecting culture also, the language has a big role to play. Okay. So if we speak filthy language, if we speak dirty language, if we don't use right words, if we are not using the noble, way of communicating, then we are degrading the language. So that makes us culturally bad. If somebody comes suddenly and uses filthy language, we say, oh, he's from a wrong, like, it's not the proper way. We have a propriety in our mind. So he doesn't have a culture. He's not from a good cultured family. So we suddenly describe that person. No, we don't like. Okay. So that is a Sanskrit. That's why we have to always keep the decorum in our minds when we speak. And one more thing, Bhasha is Bhasha or language. Bhasha means language. So I use lot of Sanskrit words in between. I'll try to translate to English. Okay. So language is always protected by the prayoga. Prayoga means when we do the usage. If we stop using language, the language dies. Nobody uses language. Where will the language live? Language doesn't live just in the books. Because if there are many books and we don't know the script, we lost it. We have the books, but we are not able to follow. Like old English, old Russian, old Telugu, old Hindi. We can't make out the meaning of those books very easily. We need some translator, we need some person who can help us. Like for example, we have learned some Meera bhajans, we have learned some, that Hanuman Chalisa, for example, Hanuman Chalisa. So we read Hanuman Chalisa. But if you don't have a Sanskrit background, if you don't know Hindi language, that is in Awadhi or Braj, not Braj, in Awadhi. So in the Awadhi language, if it is there, then for example, Tihu Loka Ujagar. We say Tihu Loka. What is Tihu there? Tihu means three. So if you know that in Sanskrit it is three and it has become Tihu in the Awadhi, then you will be happy. Tihu Loka. Or if you know the meaning of Loka, Loka means the what do you call it? Realm. R-E-A-L-M. Realm. The realms are the lokas. Separate, like if we have a human world, we have a divine world, we have a Rakshasa world, we have a Naga world, like the snake world. So all these different worlds are there. There are 14 that they say. Okay. So I don't know the names. I don't know the names, but who reside where, I'm not sure. So they are, I'll tell you. First starting from Bhu. So the above lokas are Bhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. The upper lokas. The down lokas are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. So 7 down and 7 up. Okay. So it's like 7 down lokas and 7 up lokas. So they all form 7 plus 7, 14. And the Bhu is in the between. Bhu means we ourselves. The Bhu Loka. So Bhu belongs to the upper world and down below are the Nagas and all those Patalas are all there. Okay. So these Lokas. So Tihu Loka. So if you say three lokas are the upper world, the middle world V, and the down world. So we break it into three. All the 14 can be broken into three again. Upper worlds V and so Tihu Loka. So when the Loka is said, oh, Tihu might be the three. Okay, so like that we can make out the meaning. Otherwise, if we are not, so people to this day also recite Hanuman Chalisa. That's why we know, okay, the meanings are available in the books. We can have some translations, we can have some help from people. Okay, then we also have to, for the Sanskrit, okay, we also have to, there are some literature aspects like dramas, poetry. There are some other good books that we can read. We can keep that, I mean, feel of it. So we can reach Sanskrit through, not by Vyavahara. We don't have that communication these days, but we can read Sanskrit through these books, the printed books, the such contents, the literary contents. Okay. Then people also, like, there are some other prayojanas, some other, like they write the writing of the literature. Okay, the cultural aspects, like Kalidasa. If we read Kalidasa and if we read like there is a author in Telugu, is called Peddanna. His name is Peddana. So Peddana is writing certain things in his kavyas which we are very like, oh, surprised. You know, the men are wearing some flowers. This is flowers in the hair of the men. So in India now at this position, men don't have long hairs. Even if they have, they don't wear flowers. So flowers are put by the women, and we know that. I mean, we have plates, we have our long hairs, and we put the this thing with the like flowers and all. But men, we only know it by Peddana's like his poetry. So this is also one of the use of the language. Okay. Then there are music, there are dance and dramas in the language for which we use language. So this language is a different language. This is poetic, this is flowery, this is very high range language. There are a lot of beautiful like sound, pleasing sounds. Okay, so then there are like certain figures of speech which are very attractive in the singing and all. Okay, there are beautiful compositions from great singers in Samskrtam like Jayadeva's Ashtapadi. There are beautiful feelings, there are beautiful words and nice expressions. So for that also. So Bhasha has so many things, and in the Sangeeta, in the music, there are ragas. Okay, the ragas are the, I don't know what they are called in English, but they are different. The raga is the only word I know. I'm sorry. So I'll try to find the meaning. So those are, I mean, it is pertaining to music. The way you sing, it's different. Okay, the places of the voice, they are different. So that is another. That is not a language. Okay, that's not. That's a, music is a different language, of course. But we don't use the vyakta vak. We don't bring it into the distinct speech that we are talking of. Okay. Then in the dance there is movements of the body, hands and all to communicate certain things. Okay. Then there is in the drama, there is also along with language. I mean, I want to say that these are not just bhasha. These the music people, the dance people and the drama people are using language, but they also have additionally certain other things, like drama has an acting, the dance has a abhinaya, that means they show their facial expressions, and through their body language they show a lot of things, and Sangeeta, music, the melody and all the tunes come into picture. Okay, so these are the uses of language. Then now we'll come to our classes. So these are the language I told you, the general what language means, the words, the sentences, the context, then the uses of language. Language is for many things, and for Sanskrit the last but one is the most important. To protect the culture, we are learning Sanskrit. Okay. Now we'll come to our classes, that is this RbhuvaniVilasah. We are going to go in the direction of understanding first. We don't go by speech, listen, say. Speak, listen, say. We are not going to go by that method. We are going to understand the concepts. Okay, that will be our first step. Then you will also be exposed to Devanagari script, And I'm sorry, I present the whole material in the Devanagari alone. I'll try to use the IAST also. It will take some time. I have to prepare the material in that way. So I'm used to showing only in Devanagari. So without IAST, if you cannot learn, I'll just put it as a help for some time. Not always. I'll not put it always, because you have to get accustomed to Devanagari. That is the main aim of these classes. By after some time, I will leave the hand holding. Then you have to read the Devanagari directly. I'll give you some time because it's a weekly class. You have enough time to develop your Devanagari skills. So you will also have time to read them, and I'll make you read in the class. Okay. Then there will be the conversation. See, the conversation is a very big dilemma of these days. You know, you want to speak in Sanskrit. Okay, everybody wants to speak in Samskrtam, but there are no enough what you call as avenues or the ways in which you can develop the language. Everybody wants. But without these background, which I am going to give you, these background elements, you can never learn Sanskrit. So better than going for conversational Sanskritam directly, please try to do it with this background. Slowly we will develop some vocabulary. I'll give you certain joining points with which you can start speaking one day. Okay, but these classes will not have a direct conversational Sanskritam. I'm sorry, people are there who teach it directly, but I am not very much comfortable with that. So I design these classes in such a way that with this grammatical background, you're going to win the communication, win the conversational skills yourself internally. That is the aim. So this is a disclaimer kind of thing. Don't expect any speaking skills in these classes in the initial stages. But as we go up in the lane, we will be comfortable with that. Okay. Then our system is based on Bhandarkar. I have taken his index, the way he develops the subject. I have modified it and tried to make certain changes in that which will be useful for the students. So his name is Ramkrishna Gopala Bhandarkar. So he's from Maharashtra, and the book he wrote is the first book of Sanskrit. And really it's a wonderful method, it's a wonderful book. Okay, so some people say that he has taken some from some foreign sources, his material, his method and all. Then I asked someone who told me that. Okay, I really cherish Bhandarkar, I really cherish his method. It's wonderful, scientific and very systematic. Somebody told me that, oh, you know, he imitates so and so author from the West. You know, he took all the ready-made system from there. I said, who taught that foreign author? Right away question. I asked it. Who is the teacher of that foreign author? He can never be non-Indian. He has to be Indian. If this person learns Sanskrit from someone, it has to be an Indian. Okay? Okay, if the presentation is taken from somewhere, that's no problem. But he has, like Raja Ravi Verma, I was just reading about him yesterday. Raja Ravi Verma is a very good artist. He has culminated European techniques, but not for European figures. The figures he makes is Indian. The women, the men are very much 100% Indian. He uses the color techniques, the development and all that he makes more, makes better than the European paintings, because they are now rich and they are more Indian now. In the same way, Bhandarkar takes method from West, maybe he borrows it, but the way he presents and he makes it Indian is really appreciable. You are going to see it after these classes. You are too beginners to know all those things. So after some time you will know. So you might ask me how many classes roughly, if you want an idea. So Bhandarkar has 30 plus lessons, 31, 32, somewhere around 30, below 35. So I hope to finish these classes within that time. I want to put his method only, but a little changed here and there. Okay, so we will try to finish it within 30 to 35 classes, most of the things. If you want more for practice, if we are waiting for revisions and all included, I think 35 should be a good place, or 40, not more than that. Then we will have some Anuvada Abhyasa, we will do some translation practices and some homework will be given. This is our system. This system is a very systematic system. You will have to spend 1 hour apart from this class time. It is going to be strictly 1 hour, and after this class you are going to spend 1 more hour with the homework, with the revision. You can go through the class 1 more time for any clarity. Okay, if you don't understand things, you can come back to me. I'll be always available for you. Okay, you can write to me on the WhatsApp, you can write to me on the Telegram, you can leave a voice message, you can write your doubt on a paper, take a photo and send me, or you can write the homework, you can take a photo and send me, ask me for corrections. This help will be there apart from these lessons. And those people who are listening it in the YouTube can write to me on that description. Please see the description. There is a mail ID. You can write to that mail ID. I'll respond. Then, apart from these lessons, apart from the Samskrtam, apart from the language that you develop, you are also going to be exposed to some internet places, internet websites. Okay. Then there will be some basic grammar elements that we will introduce to you. I will try to make it less jargon, okay, less grammatical stuff and more language, but still there will be some jargon, some like grammar terms, some kind of introductory basic grammar, not Paninian grammar, but basic grammar I will try to introduce. Then we will have some books if we need them, like I have introduced to you the first book of Sanskrit. Like that, if any beginners books are there, I will try to introduce them to you. Then there will be some computational linguistic things that we will discuss as we go. Okay, because this is a computer age, I cannot put aside computer and just teach the language. There is something called computational linguistics or natural language processing, which will be very interesting for you. I will try to teach that also. Then what more apart from the language that you are going to develop? It is the speech. Okay, I'll try to make you read. Each one of you will read the words which will be on the display on the screen. Okay, we'll use a Word document. I can't use PPT, so I'll try to prepare PPT. Then everything will be in front of you and you have to just see them and see and say. Okay, so seeing and saying will make your pronunciation good. I'll make you write. Please always have a notebook and pen along with you from the next session so that you can write what I tell you. Okay, you'll be given some homework, you'll be given some classwork, you'll have to write. This will be a very systematic class, okay, believe me. And then you can see the letters, like when you read English, people feel that English script is easy. Even my very little nephew is there. He says, oh no, this, Devanagari, this Hindi is all so complicated. English is so easy. So the letters, just the 26 letters you learn and there is a matter. But in Hindi, oh, it's round, what that complicated like jalebi. You have to do all that kind of stuff with, take your pen here, there, so complicated. But no, believe me, that complication has a meaning. Okay, because why? There is a scholar who told me why. Okay, there is a great scholar from middle of India, Madhya Pradesh. Excellent woman. I have not seen a woman better than her. She is so scholarly, and I had gone to her house and we had a 1 month stay there. She runs the Shibiras. Her name is Pushpa Dikshit ji. Okay, she's a great scholar, wonderful woman, wonderful lady. She says that, why they make mess with so much. I mean, the Shastras are so tough. The words are so difficult. Why it is so? Because the God material, the Padartha which is called Bhagavan is very, very, very subtle. So through the Shastras and to this thinking, we make ourselves more and more subtle. So we are gross body, okay? We understand what we can touch, we can feel, we understand what we can see, but the language learning makes us more subtle. And even more the Shastras, the Vyakarana and all, they are even more complicated. They take you to more and more subtler level where your internal skills, the gross skills change to the subtler level. Okay, so there you reach Bhagavan easier. So whenever you see Godmen, whenever you see like Mathadipati, Matha people, like I will tell you the one name, Kanchi Paramacharya Swami. I don't have his book around. It's nearby. I'll bring it. He reads here. Oh, he is here. You can see him. So he is the great soul. Paramatma, he's called a walking God. Okay, he has become the head of a Mata institution at age of 13 years, 13. Okay, and he was learned in nothing there. He used to go to school. Then the British used to like rule us. He used to go to school. Then he was brought to Matha one day for the darshana, and he was initiated into Matha. He said his parents went away. Then he never saw back his mother. He just came for darshana, like we go to temple to do darshana, and parents left him and went away. The Matha said that he is the next pontiff. He is next the adhikari, and people left him. His people left him and went away. There started his Shastra Adhyayana, there started. So he is a god man, he is a sadhu, he is a sannyasi, and he is so learned in so many Shastras, at least 15 Shastras I know by name, which he knows. Okay, the name of the Shastras, if I start putting, there will be 15. I don't know how many more he knows. Okay, so he knows about Islam, he knows about Christianity, he knows about Hindu Dharma, he knows about so many things. Okay, so that makes him subtle. So it is directly related. So God is directly related to Shastra. Don't undermine the Shastric knowledge. People say that, oh, how many Shastras ever you learn, you cannot get God. But you will become eligible for getting God by becoming subtler and subtler. Okay, so that is the main aim. So we are going to concentrate on those like very little levels, very like microscopic level. We will go to that level and get our language. So that is a speciality of these classes. Okay. Okay. So then the things we are going to learn, what all contents we will learn are the verb forms. Okay. The nouns, the cases, then the nouns, then the verb generated nouns, the nouns which are generated from verbs directly. We will learn indeclinables, we will learn the pronouns. This much we will cover. Okay. So in Samskrta, I will tell you, if you have any kind of small background in Samskrta, you can understand, otherwise leave it. So we are going to do the lat, that is the present tense. We will do the lung, that is the past tense. We will do the lot, that is the imperative. We will do the rit, that is the bhavishyat or future tense. Then we will do the vidhiling, that is the this potential mode. Okay, potential. Then these things we will cover. Along with this, we will also do the causal and the passive, causal and passive, that also will cover. It will come much later. Okay, not now. Then we'll also do how many like dhatu ganas, like 1, 4, 6, 10. There are 10 of them. We'll do only 4 of them in this. Other 6 I will just show. I'll just show and explain. Then vibhaktis are 7 plus 1. We will learn about them. And the shabda rupas, the noun forms, the a ending, e ending, all these will cover very systematically. Okay. And the kridantas are like 2 kinds, the declinables and the indeclinables. Both of them I will just show you some, the beginner level I will show. Okay. Then we'll also learn some indeclinables which are categorized systematically, and of course the pronouns which are equal to the nouns. Okay. So those forms and all we will discuss. Right. Now the rules of the class. We are not doing conversational Sanskrit, that also I told you already. There is homework, you have to do it. Then in the class you will have a practice. Everybody has to unmute and speak. So be an active student in the class. Use the opportunity. Then please come 5 minutes before the class. I open it 5 minutes. Usually I am not late more than 5 minutes. Usually if I get late, it is just 5 minutes to start, 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, maximum until now. If I go out and forget, I can't say, but I'll remember. I'll set an alarm. Okay, I have an alarm for each class, so I usually try to remember. Right. Then this lesson is going to be on the YouTube directly. Right now it is like broadcasted, webcasted, as you see in this thing. You might have got like this meeting is being recorded, this meeting is being put on the YouTube live. So what happens is there should be some connectivity only with the class. If you want to discuss some personal issues, something you want to say, or some extra doubts and all, you can ask later. Once the class completes with Prarthana, then you can ask your doubts. I'll stop the YouTube and then we can discuss. There is a scope. I don't say that I don't totally like keep aside the personal talk, but it cannot happen in the class during the class time, that 1 hour time we will have. Then after the class, please do one revision either by watching the same lesson one more time, or by writing some notes along with it, or referring to the exercises that are given and resolving them, trying to write solutions for them. Okay, then when we will start the classes systematically after this, I will ask you those things before the class, like when we will meet next, like in the third class we meet, I'll ask about the second class, what all we learned, so you have to tell it, right? It will be simple, so the lessons will be in a simpler steps, you will be able to do it, don't be afraid. And all the Zoom lessons, it will be all Zoom lessons brought webcasted on the YouTube, and the link will be the same which you received right now. So please star and keep it. It will not change. So I will not give you link each time we have a class. I am not going to send you any kind of reminders. I myself use my mobile alarm. So you also set an alarm if you want to come to the class. I'm very sorry, I'm very bad in that because I have lot of works to do and I cannot just run behind reminding the students the class is there, please come. Still I will try to send one message in the group. Those who are not in the group, please send me a message so that I can add you to the group, and I'll try to send one message in that group. This I will do. Okay. Then you need not put your camera on because my camera people ask, that's why I put, because teacher, they want to see the teacher. So I don't have a choice. If you, I mean, you can put it, you need not put it. It's up to you. It's not necessary. Then I already told you it will be in Devanagari only. It will not be in any like English script. I'll try to put for some lessons, but not all. Okay. Then you should know how to read. Okay. So you should be able to say it. Even if you don't know, don't worry, I'll teach. This is not a very like, this rule was for Telugu people. Lot of Telugu people don't know like Devanagari. Lot of them don't know. So that's why I put this rule as a standard for all my Sanskrit classes. I want to use Devanagari. There are people who argue that, you know, Sanskrit didn't have any script of her own. Sanskrit was not written for ages. These are all bullshit things. I don't want to go into those talks. Don't believe in them. Sanskrit had a script. Sanskrit was written in any script, could be written in any script, like I write these days, like when I type, I have Hinglish, something called Hinglish, something called Tinglish, you know, there were like funny terms some time back, but now people make app saying that Hinglish. English means Hindi and English, like you speak Hindi, but that types in the English letters. So such things are happening. So in the same way, Sanskrit was written in any language script. Nothing, no problem in that. But Devanagari is now standardized as the script for Sanskrit, which we need not discuss about unnecessary things regarding that. There is no compromise with Devanagari. We are going to have it. Okay. So these are the things I wanted to tell you. Okay. So I wanted to finish it early so that I can start some kind of lesson today. We will have a this Word document for now. I'll try to share this and. For now, I'll show in a Word. I'll try to prepare a PPT next time. Okay, so are you all ready? Please unmute and tell me, how do you feel about the background that is given to you? Feedback is welcome. 1 or 2 sentences if anybody want to say any doubt, something before we start. Are you able to follow my English? Is it too fast? Should I lessen the pace? Is it okay? The pitch, pace, speed, everything, clarity is there?
It is okay for now, ma'am.
It's okay? Fine. Thank you. I hope the same with the others. If you have any issue, please write to me. I'll speak slower. Now, let us begin the Samskritam lesson. So before that, please fold your hands, join your hands. Say thank you to Samskritam. Say namaskara to Samskritam. She is a lady goddess, and she is called Bhasha Bhattarika. She is Saraswati herself, and let us thank her. Let us say from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much, Mother, for coming into our lives, for giving us an opportunity to learn you, speak you, understand you, and be with you for all our lives. Please be with us. Please lead us. Please make us vigilant. Please make us intelligent in you. Please come into us. Welcome to you, O Mother. Okay, do this prarthana for a 1 minute, and then we will start. Okay. Now we will start our first lesson. First lesson has certain words. Okay. So if you watch, they are in the Devanagari as I told you. So if any one of you can read Devanagari, please come ahead and you can read. The first word. Any one of you? No?
Hi. It is Pathati.
Pathati. Good. Pathati. You can read the following, others also.
Hastaha.
Asataha.
Asataha. Kridanti. Namataha. Vasanti. Yeah. Atanti. Atanti. Achataha. Vahanti. Rakshataha. Khelati.
Very good. Thank you so much. Right. Very good.
Thanks.
So here just one this thing is we are used to reading Hindi in Devanagari, and Hindi people make this half. So we say hastah, but in Sanskrit it is like Telugu. Okay, it's like
Okay.
we do the ajanta. We add that along with it. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Right. So patati. Okay. Again I am writing and tasataha क्रीडन्ति नमतः वसन्ति अटन्ति अर्चतः वहन्ति रक्षतः then खेलति. Okay, now it's better for all non-Devanagari people. Okay, I hope it's okay. So along with the diacritics, I have put along with the diacritics, so it will be easy for you. So what does it mean? Pathati. Okay, let us see the meanings now. So pathati means he or she or it reads. He or she or it reads. Pathati. Hasataha. They both laugh. Okay, they both laugh. Kridanti. They many play. Actually, they means many only, but I put they many because in Sanskrit there are two. They both is also there, they many is also there. So we have three like numbers. That's why we have this. Then namataha. They both do namaskara. They both. So where did you have they both before? You had here. They both laugh. Hasataha, namataha, they both do namaskar. Now, Vasanti, they many reside. Where did you have inti before? Kridanti, they many. So you had they many here, you have a they many here. Okay, observe. Please observe. Atanti, they many roam about or wander. Archataha, they both worship. So where was they both? Here was one they both. Okay, here was one they both. Archataha, they both worship. Vahanti, they many bear, flow or carry. Okay, Vahanti, they many bear, flow or carry. Then Rakshataha, they both protect. Khelati, he, she, it plays. Sorry. He, she, it plays. Okay. So what do you observe from this? I want your observations. I'll write the English also. Write here also. Pathati hasataha. Somebody can get forward and tell your observations. What do you observe?
Hello, Didi. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so this is like a present tense, if you say it in English. And so the first thing it's that you can see what I can observe is like we can tell about the person, the object, who is doing the action.
Right.
We can tell it by the ending. So
yeah. So no, first let us first things first. Okay. So this is all like theory. I'm not telling theory. I'm telling
yeah.
what observed directly by the
Yes.
sound.
So letters, some letters are similar for like he, she,
Right.
it usually
Correct.
ends with
Correct.
T,
First things.
T,
Yes.
I.
Right. Right. First things
But
first.
yes,
So some
if,
things are repeating. He, she, it is repeating. They both is
but,
repeating. Kind of. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
if they many, we add N, like it T. So it's like a little bit different, but very different meaning.
okay.
Yes, yes.
So, good.
And the same with when they both, we use aha. So
Right.
for they both and the verb. So
Okay.
it's
No,
very
let's not
different
go to
ending.
technicality. I don't want to go to technicality at this stage. So
Okay.
yeah. So what the direct, I mean the new people who are very new to Sanskrit, I want them to see what they see here. What are the different things that they see? Those with not background, no zero background people, they can come and tell what they observe because you will miss lot of beautiful things.
When it is anti at the end, it is they many. If it is aha at the end, it is they both.
Yes.
And if it is e at like that means it's only one person.
Good. Okay. Right. Good observation. What else, Shashi? Can you come up with something?
Yeah, even I was thinking of the same thing, like the difference, like how they are ending with tahati and things like those.
Right. There is some change that is coming from ti, taha, anti.
Right.
Okay. We all agree with that? We are all agreeing at that point, right? Okay. So what is apart from ti, taha, anti? Any comments about that? Yeah, you can read once. You can read once and see. Pathati, hasataha, kridanti, namataha, vasanti, atanti, archataha, habvahanti, rakshataha, khelati. In all this, if you remove the ti, taha and anti, what is remaining? Can you comment anything about that?
Verbs.
Right. They're all verbs. All are verbs. It's hasataha is a verb. Kridanti is a verb. They're all verbs. Okay. Now we'll go
The
to
root.
Yes, Ivan.
The root of the verb.
The root of the word. We'll go to that now. Okay. So what remains after we remove the ti, taha, anti, we will go to that. Okay. So Yelena, Elena, are you okay?
Yes, yes.
Following?
Fine.
Yeah. Do you have any inputs?
I have learned Sanskrit before with Martha Suraj. That's why I'm trying to keep silence and listening.
Good. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Those who already know will be led to those things directly. I want the new ones to just observe only. Otherwise, these things will not come to your mind at all in the beginning. Okay, that's why I'm trying to do this. Fine, I understood. Thank you. Okay, so now we will move to that part which will remain after removing the ti, taha, anti. So you understood that one thing, this they many, this they both and this he, she, it are coming from this element. Because of our like Indian background, like we are all speaking some or the other Indian language, so the Indians are aware of this element already. That's why they are not commenting much. They all know this, isn't it, Shashi? Isn't it, Srinidhi? We all know these words,
True.
right?
True.
True. So you understand what is archa even before I tell you. You understand what is raksha. You understand what is kela. You understand what is nama. Right? So we'll go to those elements now. So first, krida is to play, right? To play. Krida, we have that word in Telugu, we have that word in Hindi. Okay, so all the Indian languages have this word krida. So the base word is creed. So this base is called dhatu. Okay, please write down. If the new students can write it down. The base word is called dhatu. Okay, so what you said, these are all verbs after removing. No, after removing they are dhatus. Once you put it like they are along with this, the anti, the taha, the ti and all, these are verbs. But once you remove them, what remains? This part is called dhatu. Okay, and please remember that dhatu has this form and this meaning also. So remember to recognize this dhatu with all the three things. Creed, creedra vihare. Please say after me in mute. I will say once and I will leave a space for you to repeat one time in mute. Okay. Creed, creedra vihare. नम णम प्रह्वत्वे शब्दे च वस वस निवासे अट अट गतौ अर्च अर्च पूजायाम् रक्ष रक्ष पालने खेल खेल चलने गर्ज गर्ज शब्दे दह दह भस्मीकरणे हस हसे हसने वह वह प्रापणे. Okay, so those who already know Sanskrit can do one help to themselves. They have to get exposed to these kinds of dhatus. Dhatu is not just this. Dhatu means this. Hase hasane is the dhatu. So when you are telling a dhatu, please after this lesson, get used to say this. Okay, this is very important. This is called Paniniya dhatu. Panini gives his in this dhatu list, he gives like this. Okay, this is a good format to learn dhatus. They will give you a lot of benefits in the future. Believe me. So please, the homework for this lesson, the first homework is to by heart these. Okay, learn by heart without seeing. You should do the kanthastha. The term for this is kanthastha. Get it into your throat. Make it sit on the throat, not in the book. From the book, from the print, from the screen, it should come into your eyes. then into your mind, and then onto your throat. Okay, and it should come out with closed eyes. Okay, when I ask for a dhatu, you have to tell Raksha Palane, Archa Pujayam, Garja Shabde, Khel Richalane, Dahabasmi Karane. Like that you have to say. Okay, you can take a photo of this. I'll try to send this in the group, okay, for you all to practice, right? Or you can take a photo. I'll just make it Anukula for a photo. Yeah, here you can take a photo at this point. Everything is covered, then you can learn. Okay, taken. Then we'll go to the next thing. What we have learned today is the ti means he, she, it. Taha means they both. Can be two boys, can be two girls, can be a boy and a girl. And anti can be they many. It can be all men, it can be all women, it can be some men and some women. Okay, so they many can mean anything. So we'll take one dhatu hasa and try to put it along with this. So hasa ti. If we want to say he or she or it laughs, we say hasati. If we want to say they both, we say hasataha. If we want to say they many, then we say hasanti. He, she, it carries, to bear, to carry. Okay, here it's the meaning. So vahati, he, she, it bears. Vahataha, they both bear. Vahanti, they many bear. Okay, so this is the way this is called pratyaya. Okay, this is called pratyaya and this is called dhatu. Okay, this is called dhatu and this part is called pratyaya. So dhatu, we will name it as X. Write down in your notes. X is the dhatu, Y is the pratyaya. So the formula will be X plus Y actually. Okay. So if you will break it, if you will break this, has is the dhatu, isn't it? This is the dhatu, wah. And then we put the ti. Then it will become vahti, isn't it? Vahti. Forget this for a while. Vahti. How did it become vahati? If it's vahti and we add the ti to the vah, then why did it become vahati? Okay, there is a question. Why? Because those who already know and studied will know why, but the newcomers, let me tell them that it's because of something called vikarana pratyaya or something called the gana marker. Okay, the gana marker. I will tell you about these ganas and all details in the next class. Okay, for now, let us forget it. We'll continue this lesson in the next class. Okay, this all is there. There are some other things which I have to tell. So for today, your exercise finishes with only learning these dhatus and their meanings. Okay, is it fine? Okay. So please learn these and come back next week. Saturday we will meet. If you have any doubts, you can ask at this point. You can also take a photo of this. If I am not able to reach you for giving the notes and all, please take photos and work with them. Better write them down. Always, like after you take a photo, write them down in your notes so that you are used to writing. And while you write, please say it. Always say and write it. Shashi, clear until here?
Yes, yeah.
Yes?
Yes, think so.
Okay. Fine then. We'll close the class, right? Srinidhi Garu, any doubt? Lyubov? Okay, seems that there are no doubts. So we'll meet next Saturday. Hari Om. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वं श्रीरामार्पणमस्तु नमो नमः शुभमस्तु हरि ओम्
Hari.
हरि ओम्
हरि ओम्.